Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina show. So thrilled to have who I've got coming up. I know you hear that each and every week, but it is my favorite time of the week where I get to sit and chat with some of those folks in the community to share with you the fun and great things that we have happening. The Lancaster Camp Ground is a really cool place. They're doing a lot of different things to help bring things up to date. Some of the cottages out there are updated and it's looking really great and nice. And the general manager, James Ellinger, he has been there for I think a little over 2 years now, but doing an awesome job. So with that being said, I have the marketing director, Colin Tripp, coming up to share with us some of the things that they've got going on, and something really fun here in August, I believe, is when it's going to be. He'll have all the details for us. And then also my Teacher of the Month is brought to us by Cryo Communications, Angela Hoyd. She is from the Multi-County Juvenile Detention Center. Yes, I said Juvenile Detention Center. She is an 11-month teacher, and we're going to find out some of the things that they're doing for the kids that are finding themselves in that place and how and what it is that they do to help get them through their time and their stay there. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. It's Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have Colin Tripp with me. He is the marketing director of the Lancaster Camp Ground, and they have so many different things going on in their little community throughout the summer, especially. Would you say that's the busiest time of year, Colin?
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah. So what's it been like so far this summer? Good stuff?
Well, this is kind of my first official summer here because, last year I went on like 2 vacations and I was out with COVID for a while. And so It was like, this is my first real taste of the office life and the busyness of it. But, the pool's going well. We've knocked our prices, July 10th, we knocked our prices down to half off of all of the memberships and stuff like that. You still can pay $4 to get in, and the pool party rates are still the same. But the RV park expansion project is underway.
What is that?
We're building, I should elaborate. We are building 19 new RV sites. And it's finally here. They're digging dirt, and it's great to see. And then what? As
the camping experience with the RV park, what is that season typically?
It's all year round.
It is year round.
Mm-hmm. It's year round camping. It didn't used to be, but now it is.
Now it is.
So that's that, and then.
What are some of the amenities when you are an RV camper
at
the campground?
So we are actually under the process. It's part of my job is to facilitate more amenities as we go along. We have basketball courts. Pickleball. I know pickleball is getting really popular.
I actually saw a sweatshirt when I was shopping at one of the retail shops that actually said Pickleball of Miami, and I laughed out loud. I was just like one of the nationwide retailers. Right. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
I did. I pulled it out and I went, this is great. So You're right. Pickleball is becoming very, very known.
Yes. So then those kind of things are amenities, but then they get free access to our pool. And actually, we are just embarking on a Wi-Fi service where you pay $50 a month and you get fiber optic Wi-Fi to your RV. So,
and that's just the RV side of it. You did something before we get and go any further. You guys do like little different things. You did a Where's Waldo. Like, what is that? What was that? Because that's so fun. That makes it really interactive. And
it was kind of a funny thing. I am we're partnering with the Visit Fairfield County. They have their big Wands and Wizards event, and they were like, "You should totally do this." And I was like, "We totally should." And so actually, I got the idea from, I'm an Eagle Scout, and I went to summer camp, and they had a Creatures Encrypted scavenger hunt, and you find Bigfoot and wizards and yetis and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, we should do that at the campground. So that's what we're doing. That's in August. It'll be, I think, the 8th through the 11th. I'm gonna have like 40 or 50 different items to find.
Oh, so it's not taken place yet?
No.
I was thinking it was something that you had already, okay.
Well,
cool.
and we kind of are, because the campground is very traditional and all that stuff. So I'm kind of throwing teaser like, where's Waldo?
Okay.
And then it's like last week was Bigfoot. Last week was the Yeti, and this week I've got a big something going on. So yeah, so it's just something for the residents to do, and gearing them up for the Wands and Wizards event. So
I think that's awesome. That's fun. And right now, because the cafe is only seasonal, the cafe is open, correct?
Yes. It's part of, kind of in junction with our summer program. It is summer program is 10:30 to 11:30, where we have various speakers throughout Fairfield County come in and preach. And then immediately afterward, from 11:30 to 1:30, the cafe is open.
On Sundays only?
On Sundays only, yes.
Okay, yeah. So, and they do have a church service that they open up, the Davis Hall too.
Yeah, the Davis Auditorium, yes.
Yeah, auditorium. So that is open for anybody, the public as well, for those, I mean, the campers, those who are on the grounds.
Absolutely.
That they have. Is it different each Sunday then? Like you said, that's the 10:30 to...
Yeah, we've had Dave Phelan, David Ohl, Jeff Taylor, just a couple of names that people probably know from around the area. So they've come in and spoken, and they play music and things like that. Do you do music during the summer too? So
and is it still going for now? Do you sometimes have Friday night music? So will they in the future have somebody on a Friday night?
Yes.
Okay, is it scheduled? Can they see it on Facebook?
Yes. It would be, we usually, if it's going to be, obviously for summer program, it's usually about a week, because it's a lot of posting for me.
I gotcha.
But if it's something big, like we just had the all-county, what was that? All-state, county, Ohio University, something or other band, big, massive production. And, that was kind of just a spur of the moment thing.
Okay, yeah.
But, you would know well before.
Something like that, when music was going to play and things. Because you have summer camps coming in, they come in and out too throughout the summer. How long does that take place, the summer camps and things? When does that end, I should say?
It's usually, our big one, the summer program, is till about, I can't remember, I think it's like mid-August. I'd have to, but then we have...
Right before school starts, probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Fun. So any of those folks who are interested in purchasing a home that might be for sale out at the campground, what is that process? Because there is a little bit of a process.
There is. So because we are we're a nonprofit organization, we have to do a background check on everybody who is over the age of 18. So when you come in and you come to me, because I'm front office, and say, I want a cottage, I'm going to give you a big packet. And it's this qualification packet, and it's just basic general information. We just want to know who you are, and we'll perform a background check. And if it comes back clean, then you can go and do your real estates and stuff like that. And you can even close at our at the office. And
and then so folks who are interested in looking for a home. Are there different ways, or is it always through a real estate agent?
Yeah, so it's interesting a little bit. So there's a couple of homes that are for sale currently.
By owner, probably?
Yes, for all of them for sale by owner. You can find those. If they provide us the information, then I can put it on the website.
Okay.
There is a tab. We just actually got a website revamp.
Oh, nice.
And it's much easier than the old one. But if you, there's a little thing that says cottages for sale or new residents or something like, I can't remember exactly what it says, but It gives you the list and who's listing it, the phone numbers.
But the only way for you to know that is if folks tell you if it's for sale by owner, and also they go through real estate agents as well.
Yes.
There's two different ways, but just like anywhere else, but you still have to do, no matter what, come to the office and get the background
qualification
check
pack and
qualification
background check.
Yep. Yeah, for all of that stuff. And there's a fee to those individuals that does that per individual, right? It's per individual. Correct?
Yes. So if it's like 2 people over the age of 18, it's 2 background checks and a qualification packet.
All right. Wonderful.
So.
Anything else that we have missed that we want to make sure that folks know up until at least the end of summer?
I mean, we've got some big stuff happening in the fall.
Yes.
I know the Color Run 5K is, we're looking at the end of July for, what is that called? Where you
to sign up?
Yeah,
and
to
register.
Sign up. Register. That's the
register.
word. And then I think 2 weeks after that, we're going to have a big to celebrate Halloween. We're going to have a big costume party and kind of have a costume dance in our activity building.
Okay, and so when will the race take place?
It'll take place October 14th, and the gun fires at 9 a.m. that day.
Okay, and then they can just register through on the website?
It would be through, we haven't really set up the reservation stuff yet, but we will make it available
by the end
on the
of
website and through Facebook and in our office. So.
Awesome. So follow you guys on Facebook and look at your website if you're not here, and you might be bad. We never know. I like having Colin. It's fun knowing what's happening in the community, and you guys have so much happening. Colin, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And good luck with everything.
Yes.
Folks, hope you get to make it out to Lancaster Camp Ground. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I've got a teacher that I'm going to highlight. She's pretty amazing. It is Down Home with Tina.
My name is Scott Duff, and I'm the director of the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team, and I'm here today to discuss Narcan. Narcan is the opioid overdose reversal medication. Narcan saves lives. We have saved countless lives in our community by providing Narcan to those with substance abuse disorders. We would very much like you to consider carrying Narcan on a regular basis. Narcan can be obtained easily in your community by reaching out to the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team at 740-901-1598.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I'm so very excited because I have a special teacher with me today, which our Teacher of the Month is brought to us by Crowd Communications. The teacher is Angela Hoyd. She is a teacher at the Multi-County Juvenile Detention Center. It is an 11-month teaching position, and I have been able to work with Angela and see a lot of different things that go on inside the detention center. And I just have to say, wow, wow, wow.
Thank you.
Because can you explain to folks what I mean when I'm saying Multi-County Juvenile Detention Center, please?
Yes, it is a facility here in Lancaster for youth that are awaiting trial or placement, and the youth are usually between 6th grade and 12th grade in age, and they come to us with a variety of different problems. Most of the students have obviously experienced some trauma in their past, and so for the most part, most of them are behind academically. Most of them have anger issues they need to deal with. A lot of students have trouble just processing and coping the process they're going through. So besides teaching the academic skills, we also try to teach some life skills, some coping mechanisms, and also get them ready for the next phase of life.
And it is completely like you just never know where they are with, I mean, you learn from the schools where they are in their education process and where they need to be. But before we get to talking about how you do that with so many different levels of the kids and wherever they might be in that education process and what grade they might be in and stuff. How many years have you been teaching it? First off, why did you decide to become a teacher?
I actually had an interesting conversation with a group of students about this once, because when I was graduating high school, one of the reasons I picked Ohio University was because they had physical therapy, social work, and also preschool teaching and stuff. And I knew something like that, or even maybe physical therapy. I wanted to do something helping kids. And then after some experiences down there at OU, and then also a lady I babysat for, turned out her daughter got diagnosed with a learning disability. And she called me up and said, you need to be doing this because you're the one who taught my daughter how to do her numbers and her letters and stuff. So it was a combination of several things.
Nice. And so you worked in the public schools for a while? How many years?
20 years.
Okay. Wow. And then you
switched over. Yes. I had a point where I wanted to take a step back from my family for a year. And so I went and took a position doing Title I tutoring instead of teaching full time, just to give my family more time. And then when I was looking at going back, I had a conversation with a very good friend of mine, and she's like, this is a perfect time to try something different if you've ever thought of something different. And my husband knew a gentleman who had experience in the juvenile detention center. And I'd also taken master's classes with a lady who worked in a juvenile detention center. Okay. And it just seemed like something different to try that I would like to try. And so the first few years I was part-time at MCJDC and part-time at the Success Center, which is a dropout recovery center here in Lancaster. And then I've transitioned to full-time at the MCJDC.
The Success Center, did you have any of the youth or students that were there that were at JDC prior or before?
There were a few times we had students who might go from one program to the other, but for the most part, it's two separate programs.
Yeah. So, they don't go back and forth, of course. Once you're in MCJDC, they are in there for whatever time that they need to be in there. Court appointed.
Yes.
Correct? Right. Okay. So, with that, how long have you been at the Multi-County Juvenile Detention Center?
This will be my 6th year.
Your 6th year. Holy cow. Seeing the things that happen and go on the inside, what's the difference between public and MCJDC? Let me ask you that as far as teaching.
A couple different things. One thing is the structure of our program is obviously different than a regular school. They have a specific behavior program at the MCJDC that follows the youth through their day. And so you get to working very closely with the officers and enforcing that and using things to reward the kids for the good behavior that come from that program as well. Another thing is typical school year, you may have 1 or 2 kids move in and out. For the most part, the kids you get the first day are the kids you have the last day. Our kids, we never know if they're just going to be there for 2 or 3 days, or they're going to be there for months, or even as long as a year. So it can vary. And our kids come from a variety of different places. Right now, I know we have kids from at least 3 different counties, probably 5 different counties if I really think about it. So some are city urban, some are country rural, and they all come together.
And school is year-round at MCJDC for the students, correct? Even if the students are like, well, I am in summer school or summertime right now. That doesn't matter.
Actually, a couple months ago, I mentioned something that I get a month off in the summer, and then another teacher gets another month off in the summer. And I had mentioned to him, I said, okay, the month while I'm gone, this is what you guys are going to be doing. And he just kind of looked at me like, we have school. And I'm like, yes. We go straight from school to summer school. And so they are all doing school right now.
And the credits that they earn during the time, summertime, that they get credit for at their regular schools, do they not?
Yes. I mean, it's up to the schools to decide what they accept and how they accept it and everything. But we have both regular classes and credit recovery classes. So if a student failed algebra in the past year, then they can take that algebra credit recovery with us and pass that.
What are some of the things that are helping the students, Angela, to remain or try to get to be at a positive mindset? What's happening at MCJDC?
We have several things going on. We have really tried in the last year to expand on our life skills at our community outreach, having speakers come in. I know you got to be a speaker who came in, which was wonderful. We even had a brigadier general come in over the 4th of July weekend because he was visiting family in the area. And I actually went in on a Saturday to see his interaction with the kids, and I'll tell you, I've been to so many assemblies with kids and never was there as good a behaved group as those kids were for that gentleman. He had them totally enthralled because he had a background where he could relate to a lot of them, and he had grown up around the things that a lot of the kids end up in with us for. And I like that he also brought in his military experience and talked about how important that it was to have integrity and strive for excellence. And that was a great message for our students.
Yeah.
And then we've also had the mayor come in. We've had, just various different professionals come in and talk to the kids. The kids always respond well to somebody from the outside taking time to come in and talk to them.
They really do. And I think it makes them feel value.
And probably two of the best things I love, we have a gentleman named Simon who totally volunteers his time, doesn't get paid for this, brings in his own resources, and he has an interesting past. He actually grew up in Europe and he has moved to the States, and he will come and he will do music production with our students and different kinds of contests and stuff. It's just really great. He even shows them ping pong.
I was just going to, isn't he like a world ping pong champion or something to that nature? It may not be world, but like really renowned ping pong player. And I was just like, that is so cool. Yeah. And he did even, they do ping pong sometimes. Yeah.
And then we were talking before, Behind the Glass came in, and this was started by a professional athlete who has since passed away, but his organization continues to have teams come in and play with the youth in the facilities. And the kids were so excited about that.
It's just, it really, really is awesome to be able to see the positivity that is coming into, because it takes one moment in one child's life, that one person, to make a difference, to help them for the rest of their lives, to live a more positive and have a more positive outlook on things.
And I think you have to have a philosophy of anyone can break the cycle and get out of the system. Even though we know with the statistics, not everyone will. I have no idea which kid it's going to be who comes through my door. So anyone could do it. And like some of the best moments I've had, I've run into 3 different gentlemen who used to be at the JDC just in the last year, and they stopped me and said hi to me, told me how things were going. One even introduced me to his fiance, so that was exciting.
That is very, very, very nice. And it's kind of like some of them will be like never coming back, never coming back, because it is their first time there.
Yes.
For whatever reason or what has happened, right? That they just, something's happened, or we all tend to make a bad choice. And I guess I wasn't ornery sometimes. I don't think I ever broke the law when I was a teenager. But, sometimes it's something simple. But I remember friends that would take their parents, maybe car, or do something like that. And then, they may end up in trouble, whatever. But sometimes it's more serious than that. And sometimes it is something where teenagers can be teenagers. And sometimes they just need that huge wake-up call. And that's where a couple days they might be there, and sometimes it might be much, much longer. What is it that you do in your classroom, Angela, that you connect with the kids?
A couple different things. One thing that helps us with having the multiple grade levels and ability is we do use online curriculum, so that way a student who needs a particular class can get that class and get those credits. Also doing things to build skills. I will read articles with the students, and we will do reading comprehension articles that we discuss in class, and I will have work for them to do to build those skills. But I also try to have it tie into something either positive or historic, something they should probably know, but a lot of them don't know. I thought it was really interesting. We were talking about the mission to the moon and then going to Mars this week. And that got us down the side road of past missions in our conversations. And one of the youth had not realized, that there had been accidents with the Apollo program and the Challenger and stuff like that. And he's just like, and people still go up there? And I'm like, yeah, they still do.
That's called dreams.
Yes.
And that's what we're working on the kids there to get to the dream. part of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, because everybody should have a dream.
Oh, definitely.
And there are challenges. We all have challenges, and that's important. Yep.
Another thing, definitely like tying into the life skills and stuff, the thing I have kids come in and do when they first come in is a bit of a transition survey to find out where the kids feel their strengths and weaknesses are in school. And I even ask them, what are your 2, 5, and 10-year career plans? Because especially if you're coming in 13, maybe 2 years from now, you're just going to try to get that first job at McDonald's.
True.
But
yes.
it gets them thinking, what can I be doing soon after I get out? What can I be doing 10 years down the road? We talk a lot about adult workforce change, training, career center programs and stuff, because a lot of the kids don't think they can ever make it through college. But I'm like, there are a lot of great paying jobs that pay more than Mrs. Hoyd gets.
Trade jobs out there.
Yes.
There are.
So, just trying to put them in directions that are realistic for them, that they can see themselves doing.
Well, you're doing an amazing job. So I know that we're about out of time. So as my Teacher of the Month, I have a little gift in here, little Ava Jewelers card, little treats. And I always give these little cards, they're positive cards, just to give to somebody else. You can keep it for yourself and then another to share if you would like. Thank you so much for what you do. My goodness. I couldn't imagine.
This.
My heart just, so thank you. You're a true blessing. Folks, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. It's Downhill with Tina.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Downhill with Tina is brought to you by these amazing sponsors, and if you're interested in being one, all you have to do is reach out to me and send me a private message or an email at downhillwithtina@gmail.com. Thank you so much for each and every one of you that takes time to watch and listen to the show. If you do have somebody that you would like to have highlighted as that's an inspiration in the community, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Also, a Teacher of the Month, because some teachers are, just like the one I had here, 11-month teachers and maybe even all year round 12-month teachers that I would love to highlight even when the school year, the regular public school year, and they're out. Also, I have first responders that I like to highlight, and veterans and students. So, giving them the chance to be out there and get a little bit of recognition for the awesome and amazing things that they do, because I think everybody deserves that, to be told what, if they're doing something great. Because they sometimes slide through and why? And a lot of them are just very humble. They're like, no, I don't want to, but they need it. I think each of us needs it when they're doing hard work and making good and positive changes and things in the community. Anyways, with that being said, I have got a positive quote that I want to give to you before I get out of here for the week, because I know it is festival week and it's crazy things going on, and I love to get out there and do those crazy things, I guess, that are always going on. So, my positive quote that I have for you today, it's not what we receive, but the love we give that fills our hearts. Thank you so much again, folks. I hope you have a blessed week. Until we meet again, God bless and good day. It's Downhill with Tina.